Hey everyone, this is Matthew, one of the co-founders at SEO Gets. One of the things that I know a lot of you guys have been requesting is a full deep dive webinar on how I use the platform. I was actually originally a beta user before becoming a co-founder, and I own a local SEO agency, so I use this every day and love it. So I wanted to give you a quick deep dive into how I use it. So obviously when you jump right in to this master dashboard, you sign up. It takes you 2 seconds to get integrated. It'll put you into a master dashboard like this with all of your sites. One of the things that I love right away that you will discover is it will have these little toggles down here. We have mark as favorite, hide site, and add a tag. Now, the cool thing is we have these hidden and others, and so obviously the hidden is hiding the site there, and they will come down into here. If you ever want to bring them back up, you just unhide them right there. You can also bring your favorite sites up to the top by selecting favorite, and if you want the order to change, you can just unselect favorite and it will choose the newest favorite in the top area here. The other thing that we allow is the tagging system, obviously here, where you can come in and manage tags and you can group projects together by tags. So I have my home remodels, my SEO clients. You just click on these to filter them in and out. So the other nice thing is we have our time selection over here. If we are going greater and I want to see a big view of different things, you can see obviously the day is kind of bumpy. You can come in here and we can smooth these graphs out so we can see progress over time with the weeks and the month. So depending on how granular you want to get, that's a very popular feature. The next thing is we obviously have the ability to search your website right up here. I know some people have hundreds of websites, and so that search feature has been really helpful. And then I think the other big thing that you can see as we're doing right here on this video is this privacy blur. People love the privacy blur to be able to take screenshots or to share videos or do things like that. That privacy blur is their favorite. So each of these sites will have an individual dashboard. So if you click right here where the name is, it will pop up into a dashboard similar to this. This is what we call our individual dashboards. And this has a whole suite of tools in of itself. What I want you to do though is when you first land, I would jump into the settings tab right here. And this will let you set up your branded keywords, your topic clusters, your content groups. And so your brand keywords, you can see here, this is for SEO Gets. We're doing all the variations of SEO. If I just type in SEO and I add that, any phrase or query with SEO in it will be a brand. Obviously, I'm going to be looking to rank for SEO terms that are not that, so I'm going to take that one out. Topic clusters is going to be on the query side. So these are basically contain statements. So if you have a service, say I have a pool cleaning company and I want anything with the term pool and I want everything containing pool filters as two different topic clusters, I can type in pool here and I can type in pool clusters. Obviously we have SEO analytics, we have GSC, Search Console, SEO Gets, Search Console Alternative, Content Group as different topic clusters for SEO Gets. That's on the query side. And anything, and I'll show you when we jump into the dashboard, it filters by contains and not equals. So if it says content group is the best, it would be under this topic cluster. Coming into the content group, we give a little bit more flexibility. So this is filtering by pages. So we can see how we have all of these pages because I have no filters. We have 80 pages indexed for here. You can select all these. There's a couple ways to filter this, and this is what people really enjoy. One way is say you had a big list of things that you exported from Ahrefs that you want to track together as a content group. You can copy them and come in here and you do matches any batch and boom, right there. And you can see I have those 14 pages are matched in here. I'll call this Ahrefs export 1 and save it. And that puts all of those together in the content group. Now, there is going to be a character limit on this. I believe it's 3,000 characters for these, and so sometimes what you'll have to do is you'll have to get a little trickier and you have to go, it contains glossary but doesn't contain let's see, SEO. oh, that's in my name. It would be, let's do clicks. Or you can do doesn't equal this site. So you can build these conditions with equals this, doesn't equal this to get the exact content groups that you want. That is the content groups. If you want to delete it, you just delete the group name and it says remove, and that has been removed. You can read more about it here. And then the last thing that people really like is this shared link. So it will have the ability for you to create a magic link. And when you create that, it will allow you to have a URL that you can share with your clients. So it will be like this. It will have all the information. It'll be fully interactive. They will be able to go through and keep up and look at your content groups, and we'll talk about it, but it'll be able to see your annotations. It'll be able to see all of your information here. They'll be able to click in. It's fully live and interactive. The cool part, which we're working on a better way to do this, but right now if you wanted to white label it, so right now it has our branding up at the top. If you come here, if you hit question mark, embed equals 1, it takes, this is just the name of the website that we're looking at. So this would be the name of your website. There's no branding anywhere. White page, and you can embed that. I know some people have already been embedding it in SPP, that platform. I forget what the actual name of it is called, but you can embed it into your own website, things like that, with this little link here. Going back to here, so that's a shared link, and then you can remove it at any time. So once your settings are done, you can go back to the dashboard. And once we're back at the dashboard, this is where all the fun happens. One of the things that I need to first establish that a lot of people don't understand about Google Search Console data is that there's a thing called anonymous queries. I'm going to be writing an article about it, talking about it, but so we see the past 3 months, there's been 1,300 clicks and 55,000 impressions. If I filter something, I should be able to filter the inverse and have those two equal the total. So an example is if I have branded terms, and this is the filtering here, which this is really cool, but I just want to look at the branded queries right here. I can see that we had 978 branded queries, and so 978, and we had 48. So 978 plus 48 is 1,026. Now, if I take this off, we can see that is not 1,300. And because what happens is the more you filter and the less data you have total, the more strict Google gets about displaying down here and filtering what those queries were. That is just a restriction, and we actually, the API that we use allows you to see more information than you would be able to see in Search Console. I'm going to have a huge case study coming out on it, but it can, if the larger the site, the more information you can get, and the more this API, there are some cases where we were able to double and triple the amount of query and impression information through the API than Google Search Console. But that's just how Search Console works. I want to make sure you understand that. That's why we've had people ask that question of like, well, why doesn't non-branded plus branded traffic equal total traffic? That's why. So with that being said, say I come down here and I go into SEO analytics as my topic cluster. So I want anything that has it, and I'm actually going to come in here. I'm going to change it just to analytics, analytic, because it will contain analytics. So, boom, right there. So I'm going to pop this open, and I can see all of my queries, filters here, all of my queries are containing analytics somewhere in there. And then I can sort by impressions. And so I see SEO analytics. I'm getting the most impressions. Now, if I click this SEO analytics, so I'm going to filter by that, boom, my query is this. I can see we dropped off and we're kind of getting a little bit of impressions back, but I can also see it was my home page that was getting the most impressions here. I'm going to go back to here. So one of the cool things, if you do have a bunch of topic clusters, and you can do this with content groups as well, if you go into here and you select one of these topic groups and you come into the filter, we have 2 presets right now. People also ask long tail keywords. This is a great hack to do to find low opportunity or low hanging fruit opportunity for questions that you should be answering better. So I do people also ask, and here we got nothing. So I'm going to actually just take that off. So right here, I have this keyword. I'm getting 500 impressions, 400 impressions, which are pretty much the same question, which is how to find seed keywords and what are seed keywords. So I'm going to open this up by toggling it. And now I can see that this page, the seed keyword, is ranking for this in 70th. So how to find seed keywords. I'm going to pop this open with that little arrow right there that pops the page open. And I can see that this page, how do I choose the right keyword or seed keywords? Can they change over time? Why are they important? I should probably be making these headers, and I should probably be doing a better job of giving more information to answer these questions. If I do that and I answer that question better, I will most likely rank. I already know I'm getting a lot of impressions for it. I'm in page 7. I think we could do better. I would want to look at what the top ones are. So I want to see what is the top article that ranks for that keyword. This little magnifying glass right here, I open it up. Boom. Here we go. Moz, Surfer, Ahrefs, SEMrush, Ahrefs, Quora, SEO. These are all monster sites. Maybe, maybe not. I want to tackle this keyword. This wouldn't be the first keyword I would want to tackle because obviously they have really high DRs. They're going to be hard for us to compete with. So, but you can go through and you can, what is a navigational query? Okay, so I'm going to click this one open. Okay, so my queries pages is getting impressions for what is a navigational query. I'll pop that open and I can see that I don't even ask or answer that question at all. I mention it here very briefly, but that question, what is a navigational query, should be its own section with, again, content. So if I open that one up and I look at who's ranking, navigational query, word stream, big company, Ahrefs, right here, number 5. These guys, still definitely big site, but I'm definitely able to take this number 4 spot, especially if I improve this, what is a navigational query? And you can see it has its own page. And so what is a navigational query? Navigational query. So I can see that I actually need to create my own page for navigational query. I don't need to add it to this page, but what I need to do is create its own page, and then obviously navigational query, and create a page, and then interlink from that page to this page and connect these pages. And so I need to do that for informational, navigational, and transactional. Create pages for those, and then interlink them right here in this paragraph so that if people are reading this, that makes this search queries a better article. That's how I'm finding opportunities with the people also ask. You can also, again, go people also ask, and this site does not do very well with SEO right now, but you can come in here and choose a content group and then do the people also ask. We also have the long tail keywords, which means these are generally speaking, what is Google indexing in SEO? I pull this open. Here's the page that I want to rank for it. So you can probably create a page specifically, what is Google indexing SEO? Answer that question really well, and you have a good chance at ranking. Google already thinks that you have the opportunity to rank that. You just need to solve that question better. The next part, which is really cool, is these annotations right here. So I just go to the date we did something. Boom, I click on that date. What happened this day? We changed site structure to siloed. And you can put a description in there if you want. Boom, save. Right there. We can see those dates. If you want to change it, you just click right back on the date. This is new. Info. Boom, save. And you can see it right down here. If you want to delete it, you can delete it right there. Okay, deleted. So yeah, you can toggle those on and off. We also have the Google updates right here that you can hover. Shows you all of the previous Google core updates, reviews update, and you can learn more by clicking there. You can toggle those on and off along with the annotations, just like that. Obviously, we have click-through rates, average position, impressions, clicks. The other really cool thing we can do here is multi-query, multi-page filtering. So if I want it to contain, say, analytics, but doesn't contain SEO, and Yeah, doesn't contain working. Or that contains. So I have these two, but I want to do doesn't contain. Boom. 17 queries. So now I just did a regex statement in like 3 seconds without any code by doing this. And I can even add page filtering on top of that. So say contains working. That would be an example. Now, obviously, that doesn't exist, but you can saw how easy and how fast it is to create these specific searches to get answers. And again, what I want you to make sure that you're looking at is patterns and trends. So you see here, we talked about the brand versus non-branded. I need to see the pattern trend that this is starting to trickle up. And again, if I want to smooth this out, I come here to the weeks. We see the pattern trending up. And then obviously there's a huge spike. So even though we don't have the exact number of clicks that are perfect, what I do know is that we've had a huge spike. We had actually had a shout out by Cyrus, and that was great. Really appreciate that. That's how a lot of you guys recently have found us. But this kind of shows that, oh, we trended way upwards. But if we look here at the non-branded, haven't been trending. We need to work on the SEO for SEO Gets. Yes, I agree, but we're building cool features in here for you guys. So Google annotations and updates. The other cool thing that we can do in here is export data. So we have these little export to CSVs. If you want to just export everything for your landing page, you go right there, and then you can export all of your queries right here. We can get up to 50,000 rows. Search Console only allows 1,000 rows. That immediately gives you 50 times more information if you have that many queries. You also have the ability to view more. So you're looking here and it's like, oh, you can expand, and this is showing you all of the queries during that time frame. Again, SEO Gets site isn't that big, but you can see how quickly that'll be powerful. We also have the ability to filter by country if you want to only see United States. Things like that, or whatever country you're in, UK, Asia, wherever. If you want to filter, if you're doing local stuff, sometimes that's helpful. But again, remember, when you filter country, you're not going to get the complete picture because of the anonymous queries. That's how Google works. And then the last thing that I think this was a trick from Bradley Benner over at Semantic Mastery. He mentioned this, and I really like this idea. One of the things that you can do is use these. So if I look up, and obviously you can see that we changed site structure so that we have the trailing slash now. So I want to toggle both of these. And so what I can just do is page contains filter. I'm going to put script. So it has both these right here. Now what I can do is, looking at these most popular queries by impressions, his suggestion is that this is a perfect list of anchor text for backlinks for this page. This is what Google is ranking. So Google indexing, the API, the SEO Quake, what is Google indexing SEO? These are great anchor texts to use for backlinks. Again, keeping into proportion branded backlinks, everything like that. Don't over optimize, but there's a great way to find the most popular ways people are searching for those terms for that page. Then you can come up here to the reports. Once you get up here to the reports, it will look like this. You have two of them right now. We're talking about building more. The click-through rate benchmark. I'm going to make sure privacy blur is on. So this is for SEO Gets. The click-through rate benchmark just takes your position, and it takes what Google has kind of said is the average click-through rate for that position, and tells you, are you way above or way below that position. So you can come here by the most clicks, and I can see that this query is getting a 74% click-through rate when the number one spot normally gets 27.5. However, we can see that it's a branded term. That makes sense that my click-through rate is astronomically high. Okay, I don't have to worry about that one. Here's one, Google indexing script. So my position is 2.4 and my click-through rate is 8.8. The benchmark for that position is going to be 13.9%. So why is this below? Is it because my title tag is wrong? Is it because my meta description doesn't hook someone in? There's a lot of things that you can do. Again, we have some suggestions here on how to improve the click-through rate. But then I can see the pages that are actually performing and underperforming and overperforming. The interesting thing is that my click-through rate when we changed the site structure went up. So yeah, we went from an 8% click-through rate to a 12.5% click-through rate, which is actually above where it should be performing at the 2.9 position. But we did go down. So it's just good information. It's not going to be a smoking gun. You have to go through and you have to actually digest the information and make sure that it is consistent and makes sense. And I'll explain why here in the next second. So the other report that we had is the keyword cannibalization. And I toggled these out because this is for a client of mine. So these are going to be all these queries that are ranking, and you can see how many pages are ranking for that query. I sort by most impressions. You can also do it by most clicks, but by most impressions, we can see that this is going to be, I believe, the top position. Maybe that's the average position. But so right here, I can see that these two pages are ranking for the same term, about the same position. What I'm looking for here is two things. Are the positions in a similar spot for these two pages? And they are. They're only 2 spots off. And are the impressions similar? Now, the thing that I know about this site is that these pages, the airplane and the services timber frame airplane hangers, got a site structure redo. And so I'm actually not concerned about this. This isn't a cannibalization issue because when I click this open, it's actually going to take me to the new page and the new page. So this is good. It's basically saying when I migrated the page, I actually improved my position by about 2 spots. And again, this is only because it hasn't been there as long. Now, there is a term that I do know that we have cannibalization issues. It's going to be this next one. I see that my homepage and my timber frame homes service page, which is, again, these two, are all competing. So this has got 558 impressions and it's ranking around 54. Nationally, these are a little bit higher. It's 67 and 71. And then we have location pages that are ranking around 50. So I have 3 different pages all ranking around the same level for the same keyword. And we've got 1,200 impressions and only 12 clicks with 1% click-through rate. So that is something that I know I have to come in here and examine. Okay, I think there's cannibalization issues, and I actually know that is an issue. We've been trying to de-optimize the homepage and rank the service pages, and that has gone not as well because obviously Google wants to rank the homepage, and so we might be going back to trying to rank this homepage for this term. But again, the location pages help on a geographical location. So if they're in Texas, we've actually seen that these pages rank better than our homepage. So it's an interesting thing. Again, this page is here to give you information that can give you insights into looking into things. Sometimes it makes sense, and sometimes, like again, if I have 7 pages that are all for this term, I need to figure out what's the issue. Why is that happening? If it makes sense, you're like, okay, I can ignore it. If it doesn't make sense, that's when you look into this insight and say, oh, these 2 pages. The big thing is when you have a blog or something that has pages from years ago, and you wrote an article that's similar to it, and 2 of the articles are competing against each other, you need to combine them or improve them in 301 redirect them so that you don't have those issues. So this is just a great way to find the highest clicks and the highest impression queries that are ranking for more than one page. The last thing is when you come into here, you have your account, and this is where the magic kind of happens. You can connect Google accounts, multiple Google accounts to your account dashboard. So that allows you to see all of those websites in the one dashboard. It makes not having to hop in the top right corner, switch accounts, switch accounts, switch accounts. You can see them all in here. You can connect unlimited accounts over here. Also, you can invite unlimited users to, if you have a team and you want to share dashboards, you can come in here, you can invite people, and you can do read only or read and write, and then you can select what sites you want them to have. So say you have a subcontractor that you want working on 3 sites. Well, you can invite them to those 3 sites, and you can either have them do read and write so that they can write annotations, or you just want them to be able to view the information. That is all included in the base. I mean, we have one price level, and so unlimited users and unlimited accounts is, and unlimited websites, a lot of unlimited things for a very reasonable price. So hopefully all of that makes sense to you. If you have any questions, if you have feedback for us, please reach out to me at matt@SEO Gets, or you can come in here and there's a good feedback, or there's a little chat bubble back here down in the bottom right. All of those work. We have implemented a lot of strategies. We also have the roadmap down here coming with a lot of improvements. And yeah, we're building fast and enjoying it. Again, I'm building for our agency, and so a lot of the stuff that we're working on, people have really benefited from. But if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, and hopefully this was helpful. And we'll see you next time. Thanks.